Hello viewers, today I would like to talk about future skills and future industries. The reason I am making this video because during my trainings and during my interaction with the PhD and master students, I am continuously asked one question, and that is, what are the future areas? What are the future areas which we should study? What are the areas which will grow in the future? So, without wasting any time, I will talk about the industries and the skills which you need to grow in 2020 and onward. The first thing I would say, the first industry is the technology industry. Not you're saying that everybody is aware about the technology. Well, you might be aware about the technology, but you cannot imagine the kind of impact technology is gonna have on your life. So first thing is that in future, due to technology, we will have fintech, we will have financial technology. Chances are that blockchain technology will help us in getting away from the cyber issues, in getting away from the banking issues. Those of you who do not know the blockchain, for blockchain you can find different articles. In simple words, in the layman words, I would say that blockchain is a decentralized system. What happens is that right now you send one transaction, send money to your friend or your family, to anyone. There is a mediator, there is someone in the middle, and that is bank. Now bank has a centralized data, and hackers can hack that data. While in the blockchain, what happens is that let's say one transaction is happening between you and your friend, and the blockchain keeps record of your friend everything and your everything. In blockchain you have two keys, one is public key and the other one is private key. Public key is accessible to anyone. Whenever any transaction is done, there are multiple copies generated and everybody has a copy in a series. So the cyber people, those people, the cyber attackers, the hackers, they cannot manipulate the data of blockchain. So blockchain is kind of decentralized. Everyone has his own database, everyone has his own account information, and without his private key nobody can do that transaction. While in the banks, we all know that bankers can do the transactions. Bank has the central database, so things can change. So the fintech is something which is the biggest issue right now, which is the most trending area. The cyber attacks, the cyber threat on financial companies is something on which the developers are working. So if you are going to build the skill of becoming a developer, you are working on the blockchain. Does not matter in the blockchain or in cryptocurrencies where you're working as a miner, you're working on its algorithm. Anywhere you can you can have a better skill in this financial technology side. So technology is gonna impact the financial side. Now the same industry in the technology will impact on education sector a lot. I believe that if you want to build the skills, you need to build the practical skills. By practical skills I mean that now the concepts won't work. Your concepts, your things should be available online. So the education will completely transform because of the technology. I believe the education sector has the potential to change. So the other industry which will get impacted because of the technology is gonna be education. And the third one is the healthcare sector. Healthcare sector is also something which will get impacted because of the technology. Now this is one industry, that is technology, that is impacting all other industries. The second thing which I believe will change, that is the sustainable agriculture. What happens is that due to industrialization, due to other forces, humans continuously focused on the production, on getting more. Does not matter this is animals production or meat production, or it's the production of vegetables, anything. We are going towards producing more, and that desire to produce more led to creation of the product, led to creation of different artificial products that are creating many diseases. And what is happening, that people are going towards the preventable medicine. They are trying to eat the things which can help them in becoming healthy. They're trying to avoid those things which cause the diseases. So as we all know that the education, the awareness of every country, of people of every country is growing. Today everybody is more educated than a person 10 years ago. Today everyone can watch a video, everyone can use social media to ask about anything. So what is going on? There's too much information outside there, so everybody is concerned about its health. So I think that in the future the importance of agriculture will increase, in a sense that if someone is growing the organic products, if someone is working on the technology of producing more organic products, then in sustainable agriculture there is too much potential. So you need to learn the skill of that, how you can increase the productivity of the fruits, of the vegetables, of the things which grow from from the land, but you have to use the technology to in the organic stuff. So sustainable agriculture is gonna be something which is probably which will probably help people, and this is the skill which is required in the future. And now the third thing is related to also technology, because technology is something which cannot be avoided, which is in everything. So that is on the artificial intelligence and the big data, the virtual reality. So if we talk about the artificial intelligence, what artificial intelligence does, what kind of skills you need to do. So first thing is that in coming days you need, when it comes to the artificial intelligence, data science, you need to learn about the big data. Most of the people talk about the big data, they do not know what is the big data. So in this video I just want to also clear what is the big data. Well, in my understanding, big data is the data which we all create, and that is a big, just by word we can say a huge data. What happens is that average humans creates around 40 exabyte data because of his smartphone. You're using Facebook, you're using Twitter, you're using YouTube, whatever you're doing, you're creating a history, you're creating a data. So what happens is that this data goes into a central data. Imagine if one person is creating 40 exabyte of data, then how much data is being created by 5 billion people, by 7 billion people. And then what happens is that in the big data, this data is ranked based on the 5 V's, and those 5 V's are the volume of the data, the velocity of the data, the veracity of the data, the value of the data. So what happens is that big data ranks the data based on all these V's, that what is the value of it, what is the veracity in it, what is the velocity in it, what is the volume in it. So all these aspects are categorized by big data, and then information is given by the big data. And how it's done, this is done by the different programs, by the different tools, just as Hadoop. What happens is that there are different companies which are working, which manage this data. How they manage this data, we can call these if you do not call these, we can call these frameworks, the Hadoop framework. What they do, they put one file into 3 different systems, and if they need to process something, they process it in parallel, and they give one result. Three things are processing all the data, and they are giving one result. So all the social media data, all the unstructured data gets structured through the Hadoop. So this is something big data, and because of the big data, what is happening, that we will go towards the artificial intelligence, we will go towards the virtual reality, we'll go towards these things. Now what is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence means that, let me make it very simple for those people who do not know, because I generally think that most of the time these terms are not clear to many people. What is happening these days, that people are mainly focusing on getting the information, so they do not have the understanding of many concepts. If we talk, when they are talking about one thing, they do not have the clear concept of that thing. So I want to talk about that thing. That skill is required in the future. This is the reason I'm explaining it. Artificial intelligence means that machines are teaching something, machines are learning something. So because of the data, because of the available information. Let me make it very simple for you. Whenever you see writing of 3 people, whenever they write some number, or whenever write some name, so as a human eye, we can see, oh, this is written by this person, this is written by Farooq, this is written by this person. Why? Because we can recognize, we have that supercomputer inside our mind which sees the writing of every person. But imagine how machines learn that thing. How machines know that this 9 is written by Farooq, this 9 is written by Farooq, this 9 is written by Farooq. So what happens in the artificial intelligence, that machine process everything in kind of in a frame of, let's say, in form of a pixel. One pixel, they see that what is the trend of the words. They pick every pixel as a pattern. This is the reason when you see that in your smartphone gallery, the smartphone gallery categorizes the content, that this is the content of this location, this is the content of food, this is the person with which you took the picture. So this is what will happen in the artificial intelligence. In the future, the artificial intelligence is gonna go much will get will be more important. And in artificial intelligence there is concept of deep learning. Deep learning means that the machine learns the pattern inside the data, and for deep learning in the future the people will be required to understand the deep learning, to understand the data science. So those people I know because I do not generally talk about these kind of things. One thing, those people who do not read that much, who do not work on the data, they study till 10th or maybe till intermediate, or maybe they do a bachelor's from a university where they do not teach the practical skills. Most of the people think that what is the use of the theta, sine theta, what is the use of these algebraic algorithms we are using. Well, dear friend, you are not that much using education does not mean that there's no use of that education. In the deep learning, all works is the mathematics rules, all works is the models. So whenever we will come to the data science, I will explain it in the detail that how what you learn in the school you can use in the data science. So this is something that there is need to be bit honest when you are going to the future. You need to understand the things rather than just kind of repeat the things and just memorize the things. You do not need to memorize the things in the future. So in the education, in every sector, there is requirement of the human idea creation and emotional intelligence, and that's gonna be the fourth industry, and that is the developing humans, this making developing skills in the humans. So why in the 20th century or in the 21st century the humans were regarded or were hired? Humans were hired because of their memorization skills. They used to ask the definitions, that what is the definition of this thing. So in the 20th century and the 21st century, but if someone is asking you a definition today and then hiring you, then probably he's joking with you, because we humans are not supposed to memorize the thing. We humans are not supposed to recall the things, because the technology can recall all the things. So Google is much better than you. Then every smartphone a person owns is much better than you. So what is happening is that the human development skill is gonna be that in the future there will be the companies that will work on the personal development of the humans. The humans need to build the emotional intelligence skills. Human need to learn the conversation, the talking skills in the future. So that is something which companies will come, and then companies will train the people in future. I think there is the possibility that there will still people are going to the psychologists, still people are going to the firm to learn these kind of things. In future I think this thing will grow, and this thing will grow too much. And the other industry is e-commerce industry, and e-commerce industry is one of the best industries of the future. What will happen is that these days we can see that all the small businesses, even the medium businesses, are coming online. So we order the things from one place to another, and this is a big industry which will go in the future. The transportation industry will also advance, because too many people are moving from here and there, and world is becoming a global image. Moving from one country to another country is very easy. So transportation is another industry on which the people can work and can get the jobs. And distribution is something which I think all the people who are less educated, they will get the benefit of the distribution. What is happening is that there are too many e-commerce sites coming in, and then the Facebook is kind of also an e-commerce site. So what is happening is that whatever you order certain from home, there is someone who is riding the thing, who brings the thing to your home. So this is the reason that Uber Food has came. This is the reason that in Pakistan or in UAE the cream app is also delivering the food. So delivery is something, the distribution is something which will have its value. Because one thing you should not forget is that you are not going to a hotel, you are sitting in the home, you are ordering something to some e-commerce company, then there must be some distributor that's gonna have that thing. So these are the areas which I think in the future will grow, and you need to skill I will summarize the type of skills which you need. Type of skills you need, first thing is that humans need to build the listening skills. What is happening that human stamina is reducing with the passage of time. Today average attention span of a person is 8 seconds. What you can learn in 8 seconds, you cannot learn anything. So whenever they see something tougher, we humans, we don't go for that thing. So one thing I would like to mention in the education sector, the what they call it, the education need to be entertaining, because the attention span of the people is reducing. People cannot focus on anything. They cannot even work on something which takes time. So that they want immediate kind of what they call it, immediate something result. They want to have the things as early as possible. So this is something which the future teachers, future professors should work on, and that is making the things entertaining, so that they improve the attention span of the students and they learn the things. And this is what today I wanted to talk about. This is just a friendly message. I was thinking to make a video on it. It's not a planned video, it's just what was coming in my mind. I shared with you. I hope you find it useful. Please share it with others if you find it useful, and do subscribe our channel and recommend it to others. Thank you so much.